4 months ago, in November, I created a visual effects shot that took over the internet and even made it into Swiss newspaper.
Ein Lamborghini Huracan in der Innenstadt mitten in Zürich.
In diesem Video haben wir über 15 Millionen Views.
And this is a story of how that happened and a tutorial of how I made it. I have some really good friends here in Zurich who run a social media agency. One day they approached me with a new idea, big ambitions, but not really any budget. Here's what they had in mind. They wanted to create some kind of viral guerrilla marketing stunt to make their name more well known and to prove to everybody that they as a social media agency have what it takes to create viral videos. It had to be something special and they wanted me to help with the whole project because they wanted to do something with visual effects and 3D elements. Now it was up to me. I had to decide if I want to take the risk, invest my own time, but potentially create something unforgettable. And of course, I said yes. Now you might be thinking, so wait, you just work for free for some potential clout? And no, that's not the point at all. I knew they also weren't making any money from it, plus there were some really good friends and I know we're gonna have a good time. And as well, of course, this might bring in many more potential clients regarding visual effects and 3D who want something similar. So it was a risk, but it was a calculated one. I was heavily involved in the brainstorming because I had to estimate the workload of the different visual effects ideas we had in the beginning. Of course, we wanted to create something big with a huge impact and high quality, but we were also all working with our own money, so we had to make sure it didn't go beyond reason. In the end, we settled for this idea. A supercar crashes into the river in Zurich and the driver swims out of it. It doesn't sound too crazy in the beginning, but here's why we thought it would work. First, we knew there's a big car community in Zurich that show off their car at the same spot every Sunday. Then second, we also knew this would spark controversy and be polarizing because everyone likes to see a rich guy doing something stupid and then paying for it by having a cold bath and his car broken. And the third point is that from a visual effects perspective, it's relatively easy to do, but still can have a big impact. From the beginning, I knew it was really important that we combined the visual effects also with some real elements. Of course, we wanted to have a CGI car there because putting in a car for real would be too expensive and probably impossible. But it makes sense to have the driver who's swimming out for real, because first of all, that's really complicated to do in CGI, and second of all, it will look way better if there's someone in there swimming for real, and we also have that real element that we can combine with the CGI. So we asked a friend who's used to cold plunge if he wants to do this, and he said yes. Then we also did a quick location scout for potential locations the car could drive into the river that is also near this famous car spotting location. Once we had all that, we realized, okay, this could actually work. On the shooting day, I made sure to get as many angles as possible, but also doing it as fast as possible because our friend couldn't stay in the water forever. Having multiple angles makes it much more convincing than just having one single shot. And then also because we had an actual person swimming in the water, and remember, it was in November, which is maybe 10 degrees, so it's really cold, and you normally don't see people swimming in the water at that time. All the bystanders reacted naturally and were turning their heads towards the happening. And these are just subtle things that helps a lot to add the realism. After successfully capturing all the shots, it was now up to me to bring everything together and make it come to life. First, we picked the main visual effects shots, but we couldn't decide on just one, so we took these two. The first one is where the person just emerges from the water and starts swimming. And the second one is 1 to 2 minutes later, where the person is already a bit further away. And then we filmed first the car and then panned to the person, as you can see. So first of all, I opened up After Effects and then I imported the two videos we agreed on, and then also I dragged them to create a new composition with the setting of the video, which was perfectly fine for this. Then I trimmed the footage because I only want to have the part that can also be tracked by the camera tracker, and in this case in the beginning it has a lot of motion blur, and also in the end when I pan over the water the tracking won't work, so I just cut out the part that is good for tracking. I also did it for the other clip, and then I was ready to add the 3D camera track effect. This took some time to analyze the whole footage and also solving the camera, but once it was finished I had all these beautiful tracking markers markers sticking onto different objects. Now I could select some random tracking points and create a solid and the camera. And now you can see if I scale up the solid, you can actually see it. And now you can see how that perfectly sticks to the wall because of the 3D camera tracking, which is exactly what we want. So to bring this camera tracking data to Blender, I used these two add-ons, one plugin for After Effects to export it and one add-on for Blender to import it again. So with that installed, I had this option here under File, Scripts, and then Export Compositing Data. And with the 3D camera and solid selected, I could easily export it to a JSON file. So in Blender, I could go to File and Import and then select After Effects Composition Data, which I got because of the add-on I installed. And then here I could select the JSON file we exported before, where all the camera tracking data is saved. I could also select some additional settings to automatically adjust the Blender settings, like the resolution and so on, which worked perfectly. And now you can see I have the 3D camera from After Effects here in Blender, and I can use it as if I would have tracked the shot directly in Blender. By the way, the reason why I don't track it in Blender is because it's just not very user-friendly and I get a lot of solver errors and it was just annoying. And in After Effects, it's pretty much a one-click solution and works pretty well. The only thing I have to do is this export and import, but it's pretty quick and straightforward, and it saves me a lot of time. Then the next thing I did is I just added in the core in there. In the camera view, I overlaid the footage and just roughly placed the core where it should be. And you can see because of the camera track, it stays in place how it should. Then I added this overcast HDRI just to match the lighting. I could also have taken an HDRI on the scene, but honestly, I just forgot, and also like the HDRI would be from the point up there and not from the core's perspective. So this was a totally good workaround. But what I did, I added in a fake ground with this like stone river ground material, and then I also cut out the bridge, which is like right near the car, from the footage and added it in as a plane, which gives some pretty nice reflections to the car, which you can see right here. Then next I added in this green-blue volume, which I matched to the color of the river, which helps to give it some depth. Because if you put something in the water, the lower it goes, the less visible it is. So this helps to simulate that. I also used a gradient texture and a color ramp to kind of control the fall off a little bit better. And now you can see the car disappears beautifully and it looks pretty nice. Then I also added in this car backlights because I thought, okay, if a car with the lights on drives into the river, the electronic will probably fail, and I wanted to add some flickering backlights. This also worked beautiful with the volume, and I got some pretty nice light glow on the whole thing. And to make it flicker, I just selected the emission material on the car and added some keyframes, and also added this noise modifier in the graphs editor to get the random flickering. Then I did the same for the lights and synced it up so it was like exactly the same, and this worked perfectly. And yeah, it's just the small things, but stuff like this adds a lot to the final realism, and maybe you didn't even notice, but subconsciously it will help a lot to sell it to the viewers. Then I rendered it out, of course. It took around 10 to 20 frames, which is totally fine for this. It isn't a lot at all. And yeah, that was already it in Blender. And let's move on to the compositing in After Effects. Okay, so now you can see here is the footage I imported directly from Blender. So first of all, I added a lumetri color effect to match it a little bit more to the watercolor in the footage. And then I also added this shape layer in the background with the same color as well to just get rid of this black in the background. Now the only thing I had to do is put the footage on top and then select the blending mode hard light. And this was perfect because you get some transparency, but not everything. So it looks like it's below the waves, which is exactly what we're going for. And also it disappears beautifully because we have the volume there. And yeah, that was already it. And honestly, I was also really surprised that it didn't took longer to like match it to the footage and whatever. But yeah, having like the similar color of the volume helped a lot to blend it in, and also with like this hard light mode, like the blending mode, that helped so much, and it immediately looked really cool with the waves over it. And yeah, that was already it from the technical side of this project. We could have pushed it even further and add some stuff like debris or a broken railing to deepen the story. But with our limited available resources, we were happy with the result. Now came the big question and the moment of truth. Would all the work pay off, or was it all for nothing? Our plan was to post the video on TikTok on different accounts using the different angles, but still focusing on the main visual effects shot. And then we just had like some other angles, like of the person climbing out of the water, just like to add some more plot to the story. As a backup, we also sent the main visual effects video to some local repost news Instagram accounts, hoping they would actually believe the story and repost it. And it worked beyond our imagination. One of the biggest Instagram pages posted it, and it racked up over 400,000 views in just a few hours. They later deleted it once they realized it was fake, but it was too late. The rumor already started spreading. And I believe that it also really helped the TikTok videos to also take off. Even we posted them on accounts with like 10 followers. And then eventually also the first news site reported on it. Even though they tried to claim that it was AI generated, the story has already taken off and it accumulated over 30 million views over different accounts and reposts and social media platforms. Then also the biggest Swiss newspaper printed it, and you could see it everywhere in the newspaper the next morning. After that, of course, we also posted a behind the scenes reveal video to tie the viral video to our names and the social media agency. This video also got a lot of views. So much that the newspaper did a follow-up article with our team photos and explaining everything, which turned out to be super valuable free advertising for us. In the end, it was way more successful than we could ever imagine, and it helped us getting new clients, but most importantly, we had such a great time doing this. What I've learned with this is that nothing is impossible. And if you set your mind to something and don't give up, you can achieve the impossible. That said, it's always important to not define your self-worth based on how many views you get. Even if you have a viral video, you might be hyped for a few days, but after that dies down, you're back again and the good feelings are gone. And no matter how many more viral videos you will post, it won't fulfill you truly. And speaking from personal experience, I put my faith in Jesus, and that's what truly fulfills me. And that was one of the biggest lessons I could take away from these like viral few days and the whole project. And yeah, I could really like growing that. Leave a like if you liked the video or dislike it if you don't. And let me know in the comments if you have any more questions. And with that, I wish you all an amazing week. Goodbye.